Welcome back, guys. I want to show you what to expect when using the app to get a shift or what they call a block. So after you've downloaded your app, you completed your sign up and you're ready to work, open up your app and you'll come to the updates page, which is showing here. So the updates page is where they'll have little messages to keep you informed about your standings, any type of safety alerts while you're on the road, or just things to be mindful of while you're on your routes. So when you're finished with that, once you're ready, you can click on the schedule tab at the bottom right. This will show you scheduled blocks that you have. If not, then it'll be blank. As you can see here, I do have a few scheduled. I have one for Thursday and I have one for Friday. So from there, you can click on the upcoming offers tab and it'll bring you to this page, which is the offers page. You can also get to the offers page by clicking on the three lines at the top left. And I don't have it here, but when you click on there, it has a bunch of different options and you can also go to offers from there. So from here, you can start, I would recommend start filtering out your locations that you want to pick up from. I have a few that's in my area. If you have all of them clicked off and they're showing up on your offers page, to me, it's a little difficult to go through every single one that's listed and be able to quickly and efficiently catch a block, that you're looking for, because it's a lot of scrolling and it's a first come first serve. So I think it'll be more beneficial for you to just click off the ones that that you're actually going to be able to go to that makes sense. For me, I don't live in the Atlanta area, so for me to go pick up from Atlanta, it'll be out of my way. So I prefer to just not have those in my filter at all. So that's the page where you check off your locations that you want to pick up. And then once you do that, go back to the offers page and you see I have 6 stations that's highlighted. So at any given time, they're only going to show me offers from those 6 stations. Okay, and so the idea of using the app is basically you just get on the app and you click the refresh button and they're going to send you some offers. And remember, I said this is a first come, first serve. So the first person that sees it, they have the opportunity to get it. And these things go really, really fast, especially the ones that are that have increased rates. I do believe that they mess with the algorithm, because I noticed that when I first started working, I used to get consistent, really, really good increase rate blocks. And after a while, I noticed that it kind of diminished. And I kind of compare and contrast with some of my friends. And, they were being showed things that weren't on my offers page. And I'm like, why is that? But it's very obvious that they do control the algorithm and what they decide to send who. I'm not sure why. Maybe they're just trying to give the new drivers an opportunity or something like that. But you just have to stay on the app and keep refreshing the page until something shows up. One thing I do notice is, so if I don't know who or how they put the offers up there, whether it's AI or it's the station itself, but I do know that when you forfeit a block, basically you don't want to do it anymore, so you forfeit it. That shows up automatically in the offers page. Now, like I said, they do mess with the algorithm, so it might show up for one person and not show up for the other. But I do know that I played with that a little bit. I canceled the offer and the person that was next to me was able to see it and get it right away. And like I said, those go quick. So as you can see here, this is just an example of the offers page with my filters on all of the stations that were showing previously. This is all of them that are available right now. So it's a whole lot more on my list. So these, Forest Park, Lithia Springs, I live nowhere near those stations, so it doesn't need to be on my offers page, because I'm not going to drive down there for that amount. If it was increased and it made sense, maybe. It all depends. You would have to decide that for yourself, what makes sense for you. So let's look at what we have here. You kind of get an idea of what a 3-hour block looks like, what a 5-hour block looks like. 5-hour blocks $95, 3 hours 57. These are the base. They, like I said, they do increase the rates pretty frequently depending on the time of day, on the weather, depending on if somebody forfeited their block at the last minute, or not even at the last minute. Those are some of the reasons that I realize when they increase it. So yeah, that's the idea right there. They do have 2-hour blocks as well. The minimum is 2 hours, the max is 5 hours. So we're still on the app refreshing, not interested in what I see, but I am going to show an example of what it looks like when you do decide to take a block that's on the offers page. So one thing to note is that if you do accidentally choose a block, you schedule it, don't be afraid or be alarmed. You can forfeit it. You have, if the shift starts within 45 minutes, you have 5 minutes to cancel that without being penalized. So once you click on your offer, the offer details page is going to show up. It's going to show you the location, it's going to show you the date, the time frame, and how much you'll be getting paid. And then you can either go back, you don't have to hit decline, or you can hit schedule. I did not schedule that, so I just went back onto the offers page, okay, because that time frame just didn't work for me. So that's the idea. You just keep scrolling through your offers page, refreshing, and you just know what time you want to work, know how much money you want to make, and you schedule your offers. For me personally, I like to choose the 5-hour blocks unless the other ones are increased rate. I choose the 5-hour blocks personally because 9 times out of 10 I'm not working 5 hours. 9 times out of 10 I'm doing like 3.5, maybe 4, depending on what the route is. Like usually when you have to deliver at more apartments than homes or residents or houses, there's sometimes a delay because you can't get into the gate, or you need somebody to sign or something like that. So it might take a little bit longer, but I've only been out there for 5 hours when I first started working, when I didn't really have a flow. So once you did schedule a block, this is what it'll show up like on your calendar. And it'll also show up here on your schedules page. And that's basically it. One of the benefits of this is that you can schedule your whole week if you want to, if it's available. However, I try not to do that too much because a lot of times, like I said, the increased rates, those are the target ones for me. So if you schedule them too far in advance, then they're not going to send you any more offers if you have a certain block scheduled, because the time conflict, and you're not going to know if there is any increase on it because you're already scheduled. So I try to wait, a little bit, either the day before or maybe even 2 days before, depending on what's going on, before I schedule 4 days in advance. I try to wait a little bit closer to see if they increase it. All right, so once you're ready to start your shift, you'll go ahead and click on your block, hit start. It'll navigate you to your station. Once you get to your station, it's going to prompt you to take a selfie so that it can verify that you're the person here to pick up your batch. Once you take your photo, it's then going to indicate for you to scan your license and for you to check in on the screen. This message will pop up here saying verify your driver's license. Once verified, the screen will close, and then it's going to bring you the next page, which your route should show up on. So a lot of times it doesn't come up right away when you scan in. Sometimes it takes a few minutes. Sometimes it actually takes 30 minutes, and then that's a whole nother video for another day. But once you go ahead and scan that, it'll show you where you need to pick up from in the warehouse. You head over to that section, you scan a package, and then head out to your car to get situated. This is just a look of my vehicle on before I put my packages in. I usually set up in the front seat and then in my trunk. Here's an example of how I scan my packages. I go ahead and pull down the scan bar, and then I just point it at the package and try to get it lined up with one of the barcodes, and whatever number pops up, I write it on the back and I section it off into my car. This is number 2, a little 2 on there, and then I just move on to the next ones and then just continue like that. Okay, so I've scanned all my items already, and I sectioned the 40s over there, I got my 30s over here, I got my 20s here, and my teens, and then my single digits are here, and then I have some of my 20s here as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and start organizing the front of my car, and then the remainder is going to go in my trunk. So this is how I have my trunk so far. Okay, I have from I think 17 up until 40 in my trunk here, and this is the front of my car, which is my starting point. I have from number 2 up until number 16 here in the front of my car, and then this is the last of it. All of these 1, 2, 3, 4, those are all I believe the same address, and then my last one is number 41, and that's it. We're gonna head on the road now.